Welcome to Building Marble Machine X episode 96. This is an extra episode brought to you by all the Wintergatan backers who are crowdfunding this project through Patreon and YouTube memberships. Thank you for making it possible for me to share more aspects of this long process with everyone. This is my Vibraphone. It's a Premiere from 1954. It's my most beautiful music instrument. I forgot a little bit about you. You will be my most beautiful music instrument when you're done. Okay, calm down. Today I'm starting to solve the final problem of the Marble Machine X. How to get a good sound of the Vibraphone. So the crucial difference between a normal glockenspiel and a Vibraphone is two. The Vibraphone has resonator pipes, which enhances the fundamental frequency of the note, plus it has a vibrato. Wow, 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 wow. Let me show you how the vibrato works. So right under the Vibraphone plate, in the top of the resonator pipe, there's a rotating flap that opens and closes the airflow. As I have demonstrated in the cymbal soundcheck video, condenser microphones has the worst signal to noise ratio. Dynamic microphones are in the middle and contact microphones are the absolute best regarding signal to noise. I really want to be able to microphone the Vibraphone on the Marble Machine X with a contact microphone. But I do not know if a contact microphone on a plate like this will pick up the vibrato. First I'm gonna play a note without the vibrato. Even without hearing the recording, we have a problem. Dedicated Vibraphone contact microphones are glued tightly to the plate. The Nadon microphones have this kind of tack it, and it's already killing kind of a lot of the sound. Regardless, we can do the experiment to see if it catches the vibrato. Here goes, without vibrato, with vibrato. So let's finally check the results. I'm a little bit anxious about this. Absolutely no vibrato. This is not good. So I had a hope that there might be some kind of feedback loop between the air in the resonator pipe and the vibration of the plate. Obviously there isn't. So when changing notes on the Marble Machine X with the contact microphone, you would have much more work. You have to plug and unplug each contact microphone while switching the notes. But if we have a microphone in the air, maybe we can position it somewhere so it doesn't matter what plate we have. So say I want to switch this note, I take it off. This microphone stays here because it's not on the plate itself. So when I put a new plate on, like that, the microphone is ready. The switch is much simpler. We only need 11 microphones instead of 37. So what is so practical with this plumbing system is I can really fast build any frequency resonator pipe I want. I'm gonna try to come to this note. Listen what happens when I add this. Much lower, and then I can tune it by sliding in and out. That's too low, slide it a little bit in. Closer, all the way in. Do you hear that? So, we now have a resonator pipe for this plate. So in the end of this resonator pipe, I have a Vibraphone flap 3D printed by Tobias Miedebrandt in Gothenburg. This wavelength of this resonator pipe equals the fundamental frequency. A note is built in by overtones. Fundamental frequency is the fat body of the note. That's a little bit thin sound, but it's like an amplification. Now let's get back to the subject of this video, how to mic the Vibraphone. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to do some tests by putting a microphone inside some resonator pipes. I just got an idea. What if, I learned to say idea by the way, what if we use closed resonator pipes instead on the Marble Machine X instead of open, and we cut a slot in them like this. Inside we have an enclosure that closes the gap, and over the slot we have a covering plate. And then in this slot we can just move this piece over to this direction to make the internal resonator pipe shorter, or move it in this direction to make it longer. So if we then can have the microphone up here somewhere, that should have the best possible signal to noise ratio since it's inside the pipe. Just for the sake of this experiment, I'm gonna use my wireless. I'm gonna drop it down into this D pipe. Okay, so let's check how microphone inside a closed resonator pipe sound. I don't think it was the right microphone type. Should have been dynamic, perhaps. So I adjusted the gain to get rid of this distortion, but this distortion is happening in the membrane of the mic itself, I think. So here I'm shaking the marbles. If you manage to look away from the fact that it's distorted and it sounds awful, if we only think about the signal to noise ratio, we have actually a pretty good signal to noise ratio. Let's try something else. I have a pipe here, and at the end of this open resonator pipe, I have a classic microphone, the Shure SM57. Let's try it. And the most important, the signal to noise ratio test. This is what it has come down to. Okay, let's also do a test where we move the mic up here to the plate. So here is the test with the microphone in the end of the resonator pipe. Not too bad. And here I start to shake the marbles. Okay, over here is when I have the microphone on top of the vibraphone plate. The vibrato is less deep. And the mechanical sound of the marble machine actually sounds a little bit like a crackling fire. The vibraphone is, there's just so many possible routes. And I'm so done with this kind of problem solving when I'm just like pouring months into a problem like this. And I've been like postponing this problem since the beginning of this whole process because I was scared of it. And somewhere there's a compromise I have to make. That's why I'm scared of it. I don't like compromising. So let me show you the professional vibraphone amplification system. So this is a straight rail vibraphone system. All these black little dots are contact microphones. And here they have a digital vibrato effect. Please note that it does not use the tube resonators for this recording. So here's a split rail. Oh, this is interesting. That looks like 55mm between them also. All vibraphone amplification systems are custom made. We build all systems to the exact dimensions of your instrument. 3 to 4 weeks delivery. So this is just like awesome, except it does not pick up the vibrato. This is such a difficult design crossroad. Because with this system, I don't need any resonator pipes. We don't have to adjust the lengths. And we have no vibrato. The machine is prepared for a vibrato. Maybe this is a design issue that is just unsolvable. It's just my perfectionism where I'm having this totally clear idea, which might prove physically impossible. Results of today's test. Contact mic does not pick up the vibrato. We cannot rely on contact mics alone. Shure SM57 had a quite nice signal to noise ratio and pleasant transients. Might be positioned underneath the vibraphone for even better signal to noise ratio. The machine sound of the Shure SM57 was actually like a crackling fire, not that bad. Lower marble hit points of the marbles on the vibraphone plates can make fatter fundamentals and solve the double hit issue mentioned before. A combination of contact mics and normal mics could be worth a try. We'll order a custom contact mic system from KK Sound to try out. Ask Richard for help with the CADing of that. This is the big one. Closed resonators with internal sliding adjustment solves a lot of different issues. Length of closed resonators fit better on the machine. The longest closed resonator is only 1 meter. The longest open resonator would have been 2 meters. Last but not least, using less dampening for the hit points of the marbles on the vibraphone plate might create a harder transient and a better signal to noise ratio. It's still a jungle, but we have used our machete and we have made a little road for ourselves to walk upon. The Marble Machine X posters are back. I'm so proud of these. There are several colors and formats. If you want to support the project and want some really awesome looking art, if I may say it myself, on your walls, check out the posters, link below. But always, most of all, thanks for watching and thanks for caring about the Marble Machine X. If this was Lord of the Rings of the vibraphone, I think I'm in The Hobbit. We have some way to go, but no. I think we're in Fangorn and just meeting Treebird. Yes, there we go. That feels better, doesn't it?